Welcome back to the Real Football Network, and now it's time for me to give you some ideas for fantasy football. Anybody can tell you to take Peyton Manning. Anyone can tell you to take Tom Brady. Everyone's going to want Adrian Peterson. Got to dig deeper. The first round comes and goes pretty quickly. Now where you're going to turn, who you're going to be looking for. Here are the guys. I've looked at a lot of rosters. Let me start with C.J. Anderson. Why do I like C.J. Anderson? He's become the bell cow back for the Denver Broncos, and Gary Kubiak's the coach. And that means more run. He's going to land up with production that reminds me of Arian Foster down there in Houston. I'm all over taking C.J. Anderson, maybe even the third or fourth round. After that, let's talk about Frank Gore. You can tell me Frank Gore is long in the tooth, but he's going to the Indianapolis Colts. And everyone who plays the Colts will be playing two high safeties, defending against Andrew Luck in that passing game. This guy's never seen that kind of defense before, and he's a guy that's going to get unbelievable opportunities to run the ball in situations that normally would have been a pass play. I think his production spikes from where it was last year. After that, C.J. Spiller. Now, Spiller leaves Buffalo as a disappointment, but he's going to New Orleans. He's replacing the package that Reggie Bush and Darren Sproles had when they were there. Go back and look at what they did when they were with the New Orleans Saints. Spiller's going to take on that role. Plus, he's a better inside runner. He's going to get multiple opportunities to do some production for them. I see him as a 200 fantasy point guy. You can get him in the 5th or 6th round. After that, James White. Now, here's a guy late in the draft, maybe the 10th, 11th, 12th round. He didn't even play last year, but Shane Vereen is gone. Jim Miller and my buddy and I were up in New England last year. Tom Brady told us he not only likes this guy, he trusts him in the passing game. He is going to get a real shot to take on much of what Shane Vereen did for the New England Patriots. Late steal is what I'm calling James White. Let's move on to the wide receivers. John Brown out in Arizona. Carson Palmer's back. He says he's healthy, and I think he will be healthy most of the season. They've beefed up the offensive line. Larry Fitzgerald's lost a step. Floyd has not played as well as they'd hoped for, and I know that this is one of the popular players on this team. They're going to play and throw the ball with Bruce Arians. They throw the ball a lot. I see more than 5 touchdowns, 7 or 8 touchdowns for Big John Brown. If you get him in round 6 or 7, everyone's telling you, oh, he's not really a starter. Watch his production spike as the end of the season comes near, and they're making a push for the playoffs. Martavis Bryant. Now, there's plenty of great receivers on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Another late pick that I'd take. Big play guy. And remember, no Le'Veon Bell for the first 3 weeks. What's that tell me? That tells me Roethlisberger in the passing game is going to take over. Play him early, and then try to trade him. Brandon Cooks. Like Brandon Cooks a lot. Had a good year last year. No more Jimmy Graham. No more Kenny Stills in New Orleans. Brandon Cooks became a good favorite target of Drew Brees. I see his numbers really advancing. We're already projecting 250 fantasy points and 7 touchdowns. I see all of that and a little more. I like Brandon Cooks. Carson Palmer. Here's why I'm taking Carson Palmer. Andrew Luck, Phillip Rivers, and Matt Ryan all have a bye in Week 10. You're not taking Carson Palmer to be your starting quarterback. You're taking him if you took one of those other quarterbacks to be your starter. Have him in your back pocket to play. He'll probably play well during the season. People will be calling you about trading for him. Play him Week 10 and then trade him. Love Carson Palmer as my backup quarterback. I think he'd be a steal in your draft.